Welcome to segment 3 of this Week 6 NFL special, where our picks are kind of shaken up a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah, what I'm going for.
But, you know, we the past 3 weeks, I think, we've only had one disagreement, so a week like this was bound to happen. Let's get it going. A NFC-AFC game here. Tampa against Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore right now coming off another first loss since its week 1 loss as the Baltimore Ravens got beat by the Colts. Sure, I surprised me in that one. I just believe the Colts offense was very powerful against this Baltimore team. I still do believe this Baltimore team is very good and will fight for the division, I believe, at the end of the season. As they're going against a team that's looking a lot better since the beginning of the season, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As they have been showing some power on the offensive side, as coming close last week against the New Orleans Saints and almost beating them, but just came off short. But this week, the Tampa Bay team in Glennon will be going against a pretty decent offense in the Baltimore Ravens. I believe that will be a key factor in this game overall, and I believe the Baltimore Ravens are going to win this one over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 21-13.
It's safe to say that for the first time in, probably since we were in grade school, the AFC North is a 4-horse race, especially with Cincinnati losing last week. The AFC North, mark my words, and you might want to record this, the AFC North is a 4-horse race. Just like last week I had you keep saying the AFC East leading Buffalo Bills. The AFC North, 4-horse race, mark my words. Baltimore 28, Tampa 17. Tampa's looked better the past couple weeks, but it's been awful in Tampa this year, even with Lovie Smith at the helm. But it will get better. Maybe not. I don't know. Tennessee against Jacksonville.
Jacksonville last week, I believe, looked a little better offense and defensive-wise, as it seems like they are improving every week, as they only came one possession away from beating the Pittsburgh Steelers.
But their mascot didn't look good.
I see what happened there, but
I guess I'll say it. The mascot last week held a terrible towel and held a sign that said, and I quote, "Towels carry Ebola." The Jaguars are forced to apologize for that unnecessary remark. And I did explain that a little bit on my article on Pick 6 Magazine as the GOAT of the week.
Interesting. Didn't hear about that at all. But yeah, Jacksonville, I've been looking better and better each week. In Tennessee, a team that looked like it got better last week, collapsed near the end of the game in the second half as they had over, I believe, a 25-point lead on the Browns and lost
28-3 at half.
Yep, and they lost it and lost by a point to the Browns. So Tennessee had a great game going and collapsed. And once again this week, I believe Tennessee is in collapse. And for the first time this year, I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars. I believe Boyles is going to have a great game in this one. This offense is going to get things going. The defense is going to stop this Tennessee team who is not going to have Jake Locker, I believe, once again this week. And I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to head to Tennessee and win this one 20-10.
As I said to Cole, as I've been saying this week, I flipped a coin on 2 games. The first one was Cleveland against Pittsburgh. This was the other one. Because last year, if we remember, the Jags were 0-9 coming into Tennessee, and everybody and their brother, except for the Jags locker room and Gus Bradley, thought the Jags were going to finish 0-16. They went on to win 4 out of the next 4 games, I think.
4 of the last 5 they won.
Something like that. And they haven't looked the same. I flipped a coin and it came up Tennessee. I think that since this week has been so shaken up, our picks, I'm going to keep it. I think Tennessee's mad. I think Ken Wisenhunt personally is mad at Mike Pettit and Brian Hoyer. I think Ken Wisenhunt wants to punch them in the nose. He also wants to punch his defense in the nose. People are forgetting that the Tennessee Titans are a Ken Wisenhunt coach team. and the Lions really should be a Ken Wisenhunt coach team. But Caldwell has done decent things in Detroit, and if they win this week, my proposition will be stated that I don't think they're the same old Lions anymore. But that's for a different week. Tennessee 17, Jacksonville 13. For the first time in 3 weeks, I think, I have Jacksonville scoring more than 10 points. Oakland against San Diego.
Well, San Diego, a team I am very impressed with this year, as they have been playing very, very good football.
Even without, as I've been naming, Ken Wisenhunt as their offensive coordinator. He went to Tennessee, of course.
Yeah, but San Diego just looking very outstanding, as I believe they should be undefeated if they would have blown that Monday night game week 1. And in this one, I didn't want to talk about the Oakland Raiders in this one because I know we all know where I'm going to go with this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to take I'm taking San Diego in this one. Oakland just not looking good at all. Even though they did get last week they did have their bye week. I believe it's not going to help them still at all. They are at home Oakland, but San Diego's just offense is just too good for Oakland to stop. I'm taking San Diego 28-7.
Well, I will say that the Raiders did improve their coaching situation by hiring Tony Sparano to take over as an interim for Allen. But even though Sparano did put a positive statement to this team by burying a football that had an 0-4 mark in it to bury their first quarter of the season, you're facing a San Diego offense that looks awesome that tore up the Seattle defense. And as my weekly statement is, at least one team under 10 points. Oakland is that team this week. San Diego 31, Oakland 7. Arizona against Washington.
Yeah, Washington last Monday night actually looked a little more better than they did the week before, as Kirk Cousins played a little better and did not actually turn the ball over all in that game. But still, they could not get the win over the Seattle Seahawks. Just the Seattle Seahawks team just looked very good. And just the problem with that game for Washington was they could not stop Russell Wilson, and that was a huge issue for this team.
The LOB is the LOB for a reason.
But now this week they'll head to Arizona to play the Cardinals, who is a team that finally got their first loss last week. Not a bad loss though, as they did lose to the Denver Broncos, but not by much. Even with Drew Stanton at quarterback, I
think he got hurt too.
I don't believe he did. I think
they worked out Logan Thomas out of Virginia Tech this week.
I actually didn't hear about that either. Huh.
Heard it on the radio show this morning.
Well, I thought they said something about someone on the shoulder was messed up. I thought they were talking about Palmer still, but... Mm-hmm. Well, whoever's playing for Arizona, I just believe still have a very good defense. Bad came up, and no matter who was playing, I believe Arizona's going to get the win in this one. They're at home in this one. They're playing Washington. I just believe that defense is going to help out whoever the quarterback is going to be for the Arizona Cardinals this week, and I'm going to take Arizona 21-13.
I think Arizona is probably just as mad as Tennessee after their first loss. The same with Cincinnati, they're mad. All these first loss teams are mad. Well, there's two of them, but still, you get my point. Arizona is facing a Redskins team that could have beaten Seattle. I was surprised that they were
That
close.
game should have been a lot more high scoring, and Percy Harvin's touchdowns would have counted, but...
Mm-hmm. Well, this is another team I have scoring less than 10 points is the Washington Redskins. Arizona 31, Washington 7. Segment 4 in our final segment of Week 6. Coming up next.